Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel Marriott is going to show us how to put together gingerbread houses. This is in front of the class that y'all are having coming up in December.
Yes, the class is December 20th, and actually our first class is full. So we have 60 people already coming. We've actually had to put another class for 1 o'clock. So if you are interested, we have a 1 o'clock class available for this, and you get to take home one of these houses just like we have right here.
And y'all put up a whole village.
Absolutely.
At the hotel.
Every year we transform the Grand Hotel into Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. We have the Gingerbread Village, which is just signifying the whole hotel, the whole property, and then just around the whole property we have beautiful lights and decor. Everything is just absolutely gorgeous.
Super fun. Now, I know that our houses, our gingerbread houses, may not look as professional as that, but it's all about the fun and putting it together, right?
Absolutely. This is a little bit more complicated than the graham cracker ones that you do at home. So we can get started with that. We're going to do kind of two things at once. We have this side, we're going to do our royal icing, and we're going to start with egg whites, and we want those actually at room temperature. That's going to help us. How
many eggs?
This one's 3.
Okay.
And then we're going to put in some cream of tartar, which is very important. We're going to get that started. Cream of tartar, really what helps that do is kind of keep it solid. Okay. So you'll see a lot of times what will happen, the cream of tartar, if it's not there, the actual egg whites will start to separate. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is the process to get started with this frosting. Absolutely. And the royal icing is really not frosting so much, it's actually glue. When I teach the kids, when I do this, it's basically, this is the cement that's going to be the mortar and cement for the house to stay together. Because it's so disappointing when you work so hard and your house falls, the walls fall down. Absolutely. That's no good at all. So how much are you putting in there? So when the recipe's on the actual on our website. But this right here with cream of tartar, I think this is about 2-3 cups, and then we're going to kind of just turn that up on high and kind of let that go and work itself. Okay. And then we've got over here our ingredients for the house. So in the house is extremely important itself. So we've got butter. We're going to take butter, and we're going to take the sugar in the ingredients. We're going to have regular white sugar. Then we're going to have brown sugar. And the recipe, the amounts make one house, right? Right. It makes this right here. Okay. So this is kind of the finished product right here, and this is what we're trying to achieve here. So we've got this together. We're going to put the molasses, and molasses is really kind of, you get that rich, deep, wonderful color from there, and the flavor, definitely comes from that molasses. And we're going to sit there and cream that as well. And get that going. Yes. And it's important to make sure you have all the right ingredients when you put together the house. Otherwise, you get cracks and things fall apart. Right, exactly. Because we've done that. When you have to worry about humidity, obviously on a day like this, we're not worrying about humidity. But when this recipe is very good for humidity because it helps that cracking actually not happen. So this is a real good recipe for that. Okay, so this is all going into making the house, and we have, of course, this information on our website, so you can get all the exact amounts when you go to fox10tv.com to the Studio 10 tab. As these things are mixing up, we're going to have, this is a process, because you have to roll it out and bake it and all that good stuff, right? In our next segment, we're going to roll it out. I'm going to show you how to kind of cut everything like that, and then on the final segment, we're going to wrap all that up together and just kind of show you how to put it together and to decorate it. All right, very good. This is super fun, and again, the class is coming up on December 20th. The first class is sold out, so this one is at 1 o'clock, and this is a class for your kids. Absolutely. It's something that it's $25, and basically you get to walk home with one of these lovely gingerbread houses that you get to decorate personally. I love it, and I reserved 4 spots. You guys think that's enough? If I make 4 houses, one for me and one for each of my kids? Yeah.
I just want to eat some of that gingerbread.
She left out Rob.
She did leave out Rob.
How come the husband Rob doesn't get a gingerbread
out?
house?
Five houses. Five houses, yes.
Okay.
I was thinking he would share with me. He's kind of architectural, so he could help me put it together.
That's right. Yeah. In the kitchen with Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel Marriott. As we mentioned during the tease, it's that time of year. You guys always do such cool stuff with your gingerbread house display there.
He's standing so far away because he's afraid I'm going to get flour on his purple purple sweater there. Absolutely. So this is what we have right here in front of us, our gingerbread. And if you were in the studio, you know, smell-o-vision would be a great thing right now, wouldn't it?
It smells so great. I want to get to the point where it's eat-a-vision.
Eat-a-vision. That would be great, actually. I think, no, actually that wouldn't, then you wouldn't come to the Grand Hotel and eat, so that probably would not be good. Smell-o-vision, we'll just leave it kind of stopping at that point.
All right, so during the commercial break there, you got out your gingerbread and you kind of kneaded it out and rolled it out.
And it's very important to get it evenly rolled out.
Okay.
That's kind of a very important thing that we got to do. So when you do this, you definitely need it room temperature. You don't want to put this in the refrigerator or anything like that, because at that point it's going to be a little bit too difficult to do. And we got to make sure, just like anything, I'm putting a little bit of flour. Always when you work with any kind of dough, you definitely want to do that.
Okay.
And then we just kind of roll it out here.
Is that only so it doesn't stick to the surface? Is that the main point, or?
Yes, because if it sticks to the surface, you're going to have a hard time really kind of moving it and getting it out of the way, because it's going to be stuck. So again, put a little bit on there on the top as well. And then, oop, that just went to the side. And so when we're doing this, you get it even, kind of, I'd say about a 1/4 inch thick there. And if we could kind of get a shot of what we do, we're going to about 200 of these this year. So we obviously need a quick way to do it. So we've kind of made this as a template to use. But what you can do as well is kind of cut a template out of a cardboard box.
Okay.
And then just put it on there and just cut it out with a knife.
Ah, there you go.
Just
but when you have 200 to do, you want something
yes,
to do
we want something to do it a little bit quicker than that. So this right here is the actual version of the front and the back of the house, as you can see right here. And when we have that, it really makes it, you know, kind of simple and easy. And then you just cut out the windows, or you can do a little window here as well. And what's kind of unique that we have here for this is we use, you can use at home any kind of like a candy, like a sour candy or something like Jolly Rancher or something like that. And then you can actually put that in the oven, put it in a baking tray, and put some parchment paper underneath it, put it in about 300 degrees, and it'll actually melt, and you can make these windows yourself.
Very cool. Yeah, that's a really unique touch to these gingerbread houses.
As well as this right here. So when we're doing this, you can just put some different implements right here. I've put a little candy cane here, and there you can cut actually some patterns for brick. So if you wanted to just go kind of diagonally across and make little brick patterns, so if you wanted to make a brick house, we do that with our gingerbread village.
That's a good idea as well.
So we're going to take this, we're going to cut this, and you could hand me another one of those.
Okay.
This is going to be the actual side, and then this is going to be the top.
Very cool.
And then what you're going to want to do is take a sheet pan, get your oven ready. Always when you're baking anything like that, make sure that you get your oven ready ahead of time, because you know, you're just kind of getting this done. You want to be, you know, ready, set, and go for your stuff to go in the oven. So preheat your oven, get it in there on a basically a sheet pan with the parchment paper on there. Spray it a little bit so it doesn't stick, and then go ahead and cook it. Then at that point, you can sit there and let it cool, and then just let it kind of set up, and then do your sugar windows like I told you.
Now, what do we do with all the extra stuff?
Those can actually be used to make maybe some cookies or some different things like that. You know, that might be a good use.
Is the dough good, like chocolate chip cookie dough?
Well, I wouldn't know. I definitely wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't do that. That's definitely not the chocolate cookie dough, chip cookie dough that I think everybody would enjoy there.
All right. Well, we're coming back to put this thing together.
Eating it all. What are these things I keep eating? Are they like
Those are hot tamales.
Hot tamales. I've eaten a couple of them in the commercial break, but I've got to stay away because we have to decorate our house.
Yes.
And that's a good thing about you guys. You're getting ready for the holidays. You're involving the kids, and you guys are actually going to have a class for people like me and the kiddos on how to decorate a gingerbread house.
Well, this is our constructed house that we've got that we're decorating right here.
Okay.
And we've got the back side, we've got the two sides, and then we're going to put the front of the house on. So we've got that. Cement, you remember the cement we made, which is royal icing.
The cement that Sarah just wants to eat.
That's right. Actually, it's really, really sugary. So, I mean, you could get tired of it really kind of quick, actually. So we're going to take that, put that right here. We're just going to kind of put that nice together.
Now, Chef Mike, how does that hold that on so well?
It really, after it dries, this is rock solid. It's very, very, very solid, and it gives it a really nice bind, and really, unless you drop it, it's going to hold pretty good.
And why you continue to put on the roof of the house, but because of course we need a roof on our house. Let's talk about the class you have coming up.
Well, the class, like I said, it's one of them's full, but we have another slot time available at 1 o'clock. But what I kind of wanted to talk about today was Christmas parties at the Grand Hotel.
Okay.
Christmas parties we have so many different options, and kind of the options that we have available are, first of all, our restaurants. So you can go to our Saltwater Grill restaurant, which is our seafood restaurant, or the steakhouse, and from small parties to larger parties, you get in contact with us.
Accommodate them all.
Absolutely. And then if you want a really larger party, obviously we have our banquets, and our banquet rooms are absolutely gorgeous, decorated for the holidays.
Are y'all starting to book up as far as parties are concerned?
Yes, we already are. So it's one of those things.
I figured you would be.
It's one of those things that's very important to actually get that reservation in now, because again, for Thanksgiving, I'm not even talking about Thanksgiving today because we are very booked. If you are thinking about coming to the Grand Hotel for Thanksgiving, please do it very quickly.
Right.
We'll do about 1,600 people for Thanksgiving.
Wow. And I bet you it's wonderful.
It is wonderful. It's something that at the Grand Hotel we like to really bring tradition alive. We've been around since 1847, and we just have families come to celebrate those wonderful holidays every year, and we love it. And especially Thanksgiving's awesome because you get to spend Thanksgiving, and then you wake up the next morning and Grand Hotel becomes Christmas, and it's beautiful.
I bet.
So we've got this all kind of together here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it snow here kind of on top, so it gives it a nice decoration. So we're going to, and this again will help solidify the actual.
You said you like to make it snow. Michael White always says he likes to make it rain.
Well,
I'm looking at him over there to see if he heard me or not.
Guess what? It snowed last year, so as cold as it is now, I wouldn't doubt if it would snow at all.
Oh, we don't say that. We don't say that, Mike.
Yeah, but it was
in
kind
the
of fun having
forecast. I
snow,
never
actually.
say the S word. We were joking about that this morning, me and one of my producers.
So we've got the snow going on here.
Okay.
And then what we do to do the decor is
I see
we
Rice
have
Krispie treats.
Right. Now we do the kind of small bushes, we do Rice Krispie treats.
Okay.
And then on our Grand Hotel Village, we've got very large trees and different things, and those are actually to give the foliage, we use cornflakes.
So I can't eat that?
No, you can't eat that.
Oh gosh, Chef Mike, you're just being so hard on me this morning.
I am. And then also we have this is our grass that we put down. And basically that's coconut with just green food coloring that we've mixed in there. So as you can see on this one right here, you can see this one we have the grass on there, which is coconut, just green coconut, and we've put some powdered sugar over there to simulate it snowing. And that's what I do.
We've got to go to a quick commercial break, Chef Mike. We'll be back in just a second. I'm going to try to stay away from the candy. Sign up today for the class coming up in December.